Welcome and hello. I am Henry Hawkins, the principal at Cabot High School. Along with all of the administration and staff at CHS, we welcome you to a brand new school year. We have put this presentation together to give all of you some insight into the day-to-day operations at Cabot High School. My bio, a little bit about me. First of all, I've been in the business for 37 years, and this is my 10th year as principal at Cabot High School. I will now introduce you to the assistant principals. We have Miss Elena Graham. She is over the English department and the Student Success Center. We have Mr. Adam Kaler. He is over the math department. He is also the district secondary math coordinator. Miss Sue Ann Whisker, science, foreign language, and fine arts, and the secondary district science coordinator. Mr. Mike Fasanelli. He is over social studies and special services. And our Dean of Students is Mr. Randy Black. We also have Mrs. Nicole Gatewood, and she's housed at the high school. She is in charge of the secondary career tech classes and our high school School of Innovation. Let me talk to you about campus security and safety. We have 2 full-time campus policemen. We have Officer Dwayne Roper, District Head of Police, and Officer Larry Thomas. We also have 4 security monitors that roam and monitor the entrances and the exits around campus. Additionally, we have teachers, paras, and APs on duty throughout the day. A little bit about Cabot High School. We are one of the largest high schools in the state, about 2,300 students in the top 3 grades. We have 835 in this incoming sophomore class as of right now. These numbers also include our ACE charter school and our new digital academy. We have over 140 teachers. We have 119 teachers with advanced degrees. We have a championship athletic department that offers 15 sports and represents several state champions, about one every year in one sport or another. We have a great band and fine arts department. We also offer over 50 clubs for students to be a part of. Now let me introduce Ms. Graham, and she will talk about our brand new Student Success Center.
Hello, Cabot High School. My name is Elena Graham, and I would love to talk with you about several student support pieces we have in place at Cabot High School. First, we are so excited to move into the 2020-21 school year with a center just for you. Our Student Success Center, formerly our Counseling Center, has been revamped and ready to serve you. The Student Success Center will be interactive and more of a student center. This will be a place where you can stop in and visit with your counselor or check into our Your Next Step Center, where you will find digital access for researching any military options, technical schools, colleges, and universities. This can also be a great place for you to receive help filling out scholarship applications. Cabot High School has a great amount of course offerings for our student body. We not only have many AP, pre-AP offerings, but we also offer an expansive list of CT offerings as well as opportunities to take concurrent classes to receive college credit. Our elective offerings are very diverse as well. You can find information about all of our course offerings on cabotschools.org, where our course selection handbook is available digitally. We have a great staff in the Student Success Center who are available to help you. Mr. Davenport, Mrs. DeJesus, Mrs. Wilson, Ms. Snyder, and Mrs. Gibson are our counselors on staff. We also have a testing coordinator who you may see occasionally, and her name is Mrs. Bassini. I'm available too, and I serve as an administrator as well as the student support coordinator for the high school. That means that I'm here just for you. As we know, depression is real and exists among us. Please remember our Student Success Center is committed to helping our kids and ensuring they are given options for assistance. We understand depression is not the only mental health issue affecting our kids. We are here to help in any way we can to make sure you know the options available. We also have a social worker on staff within our district who is also a great resource as well. Finally, schedules will be released online through Home Access Center. Seniors and juniors will have access starting at 7 a.m. on August 12th. Sophomores will have access on August 13th, starting at 7 a.m. If you are paying for a concurrent class, please do that online with ASUBB. We will not have a representative at Cabot High School to take payments. Open house for the district will be August 20th, and information about the logistics of this day will be coming soon. Last but not least, August 24th is the first day of school. We cannot tell you how excited we are to see you.
Thank you, Ms. Graham. We're excited about the direction we're going with our Student Success Center. Now, let's let Ms. Whisker introduce our office staff and talk about dates, clubs, and club rush dates.
Hello, new Cabot High School students. My name is Mrs. Whisker. I'm one of the assistant principals here at CHS. I'm going to introduce you to our amazing office staff and talk a little about the wide range of clubs we offer here at Cabot High School. Our office staff is full of kind and helpful ladies. First, our office manager is Mrs. Carter. The attendance secretary is Mrs. Holitz. We have two fantastic nurses, Nurse Miller and Nurse Webb. Our financial secretary is Mrs. Wessel. And finally, on the front lines, we have Mrs. Gray, Mrs. Gwynn, Mrs. Key, Mrs. Millar, and Mrs. Tucker. We understand that there is much more to the high school experience than academics. That is why we have a wide array of clubs and organizations for our students to choose from. Research shows that students who are active in school clubs are many times more likely to be successful than those who are not. CHS offers more than 50 different clubs and organizations for you to choose from. The full list can be found on the CHS website. Here are just a few of our club offerings. We have clubs of all sizes and interests. We have clubs that focus on the fine arts, the environment, medicine, leadership, engineering, gaming, and much, much more. Many of our clubs are chapters of national organizations that provide great opportunities for service projects that not only benefit the community, but the student as well. Finally, on September 21st, we will hold our annual Club Rush. Club representatives set up tables during the lunch periods to advertise and recruit potential members. This is the perfect opportunity for students like you to shop around and find their perfect match.
Thank you, Ms. Whisker. Parents, let me encourage you to talk with your student and really encourage them to get involved. Research tells us that kids that are involved and belong to any club or group has a much greater chance to be successful in high school. Mr. Fasanelli will now talk to you about procedures, expectations, schedules, campus map, parking, and some other issues.
First off, I'd like to welcome all of our new sophomores and new students to Cabot High School. I hope you have had an enjoyable extended break. I hope you are all ready to get back, but if you are not, I know your parents are more than ready for you to get back. I'm Mike Fasanelli, one of the principals at Cabot High School. My alphabet responsibility is H-O through M-E. I'm really looking forward to getting school started and trying to get back to some normalcy. What I want to talk to you about is what we refer to as our nuts and bolts here at the high school. These are the things that kind of hold everything together. I know a lot of this is overwhelming, but I promise after a few days, all this will become routine. The first thing I'd like to talk to you about is grades. You have heard about grades since day one of school, but beginning last year and carrying on through your 3 years here at Cabot High, maintaining a positive grade point average or GPA is so important. A good GPA is the first step to admittance to many colleges. A good way to keep up with your grades is through HACC or the Home Access Center. You can access HACC through the Cabot webpage, or a more convenient way is to download the Cabot Public School app on your mobile device. Each student here at Cabot High School will be issued an ID. While you do not have to have your ID visible at all times, you must have it in your possession while you are at school. And while you're at school, it is important that you dress appropriately. The way you are dressed should not distract you or others from learning, and nor should it be a distraction to the teachers responsible for teaching you. Some of the biggest points to the student's dress are: boys, no tank tops. You must have sleeves on your shirt. Girls, your shirts, blouses must cover the shoulders. You cannot wear spaghetti straps. Shorts, dresses, skirts must be no shorter than 4 inches above the knee. No pajama pants or house shoes. Hats, toboggans, caps may be worn but only outside. You cannot wear them inside any building. If you have any concerns over this, please refer to the student handbook. One of the biggest problems here at Cabot High School is tardies. I know we have a large spread out campus, but we allow 6 minutes between each class. Even if you're going from the main building to Champs Hall, you have enough time to get to your next class. To keep up with tardies, each student will be issued a tardy card each 9 weeks. You are given 8 tardies per 9 weeks. This is not 8 tardies per class. This is 8 total tardies for all 7 of your classes. On your 9th tardy, you will be referred for discipline. Failure to have your tardy card will also result in disciplinary action. If you can keep up with your phone, you should be able to keep up with your tardy card. Along with tardies, absences is a big hurdle some students struggle with. You get 8 unexcused absences per semester. After 8 absences in a class, you will lose credit for that class. We talked about maintaining a good GPA earlier. Excessive absences will cause your GPA to drop substantially. If you arrived to class more than 25 minutes late, you are not tardy anymore, you are now absent from that class. Excused absences are things like doctor's notes, court hearings, school businesses, athletic events. These do not count towards your 8 unexcused absences. Cell phones have become an issue also. We know how important phones are to not only our students, but to the parents as well. You are allowed to have your phones out between classes and while you're at lunch, but during class, the phones need to be put away. Each teacher here at Cabot High School requires that each student puts their phone away when the class is entered. The best place for your phone during class is in your backpack. As long as they do not turn into a distraction to learning and teaching, phones are not a problem. Again, if you have any questions or concerns over any of these topics, please refer to the student handbook that is located on the Cabot High School District webpage. Cabot High School is a closed campus. I know that this may be a little different now with the digital learning, but if you are a student at Cabot High, you cannot come and go. You must be checked out if you leave campus. A parent note with a parent signature and a cell phone number can allow you to check yourself out. But however you check out, it must be done through the main office. If your child takes any medications or has any health concerns, please email or call our school nurses, Julie Miller or Kim Webb. They can give you the procedures of how to get your child's medications dropped off. And one last thing about medications. If your child turns 16 before September the 1st, you must have a meningococcal vaccine. CHS has a no-tolerance policy for bullying. If you feel your child is being bullied, always contact your child's principal and the counselor. An incident report will be filled out, a conference with all involved will be held, and appropriate disciplinary action will occur. If you wish to keep this matter more private, there is a bullying form you can fill out online, and this form will be sent to our office. This is located on the Cabot homepage. Some say CHS looks much like a small college. And while that is true, the way things are today, we are fortunate to be spread out. Our campus sits on 45 acres and houses 11 different buildings. Again, this can sound overwhelming to some, but is really situated that is a way that is very student-friendly. The main building, or the main complex, houses the Principal's Complex, the Student Success Center, and the Media Center. All of our core classes, along with foreign language, are also housed in the main complex. The Math and Social Studies wings, along with the Media Center, are located downstairs. The Math wing is located on the 1100 hall, while the Social Studies wing is on the 1400 hall. Upstairs, you will find Science, English, and Foreign Language. The Science wing is located on the 2100 hall, while English and Foreign Language wing is on the 2400 and 2500 hallways. Also, the loft is located on the 2nd floor. Many gatherings and meetings are held in the loft. Champs Hall is home to our career and technical classes. Champs Hall is also where the bus drop-off is located. Our Ag-Rhyme Broadcasting Center is housed together. Also housed in this building is ISS. Hopefully none of you will have to go to this building for ISS. Auto Tech and Criminal Justice is housed together in this building. The Fine Arts Complex houses band, forensics, art, theater, and choir. The auditorium is also located in the Fine Arts Complex. ROTC is located beside the main student parking lot. The cafeteria and arena is located across the courtyard from the main complex. The arena is off limits to students during the day. The field house is the building that is the furthest away from main. If you have PE or football, this is where you will go. Driving to school is a privilege for our students. To go along with driving, parking is a big responsibility. There are certain lots for sophomores to park in. Only juniors and seniors can park in main, lower, ROTC, and Agri lots. Sophomores have 2 lots in which to park. One lot is located across the street from our central administrative office. The other lot is located by the tennis courts. This lot is not utilized very often. To ensure student safety, we have 2 crossing guards that will get the students across the street to the high school campus. There is no student parking around Champs Hall. This is where the buses drop off and pick up our bus riding students. In order to drive to school, students must purchase a parking pass. These passes cost $25. Starting now, online sales for parking passes have begun. The parking passes application can be found on the CHS website. This will go on until August the 7th. We will have to let you know when the dates and times you will be able to pick up your parking pass if you ordered it online. And one last thing about driving to school. If you purchase a parking pass and drive to school, you must comply with our drug testing policy. And on a final note, in the beginning, many of you will be dropped off and picked up for school. This is located in the front of the high school. There are 2 lanes. Please do not drop off your student in the left lane. The left lane must be kept open. Thank you and welcome to Cabot High School.
Thank you, Mr. Fossinelli. Parents and students, I know that the first time that you come on this campus, it can be a little daunting, but I promise you that we will watch over your little darlings. Rest assured, they cannot go 50 steps anywhere on this campus without running into some adult. We will take care of your children. And now, Mr. Kaler will explain about our 0-hour drug testing and also about our COVID-19 mitigations.
Hello and welcome. I'm Mr. Kaler, one of the assistant principals on the high school campus. Mandatory drug testing. Cabot Public Schools recognizes that drug abuse is a significant health problem for students, detrimentally affecting overall health, behavior, learning ability, and total development of each individual. Therefore, Cabot High School has a mandatory student drug testing policy to give students another incentive to say no. Students that drive to school or participate in extracurricular activities are automatically entered into the random testing pool. Both parents and students should read the policy and become familiar with what happens in the event of a positive test result. Policy can be found at cabotschools.org under the Resources for Parents tab. Questions about the policy can be directed to the high school office. Now, let's talk about a couple of important things you need to know before the first day of school. Cabot High School's bell schedule can be found on our website, cabotschools.org. 0 hour begins at 7:50, first period starts at 8:30, and we dismiss at 3:13. We have 2 lunch periods, first lunch and second lunch. You can determine which lunch you have based on your 4th period class. Once schedules go live in Home Access Center, we will have a list posted on our website telling which 4th period classes go to each lunch. If you aren't sure, be sure to ask. What is 0 hour? 0 hour is a 35-minute block that allows students to receive academic help, complete assessments, and other assignments due to absences. All teachers will be in their classrooms beginning at 7:50 each day. Students not needing additional help may take part in other activities, such as club meetings, ACT prep classes, and study groups. Each teacher will explain how you can best utilize 0 hour during the first days of school. All students in kindergarten through 12th grade will be required to wear a mask or face covering while attending school or a school function in any school building, facility, or other area of a school campus, and when riding in school-provided transportation. All masks and face coverings must cover the nose and the mouth of the student. This policy also applies to students waiting outside school buildings before and after school, and to students waiting at bus stops. Students shall wear masks and face coverings at all times except for the situations listed on page 39 of the student handbook. Students who refuse to wear a mask or face covering at school or at a school function under this policy shall be required to leave the school campus consistent with board policy on student dress. Students who refuse to wear a mask or face covering on a school bus shall be subject to board policy on student conduct while riding a bus. All visitors to the high school campus are required to wear a mask or face covering while present in any school building, facility, or other area of school campus. Visitors will not be allowed in the school except for the reception area. Additionally, water fountains will be unavailable in all buildings. Students are encouraged to bring a refillable water bottle to use. Hydration stations and bottle fillers are located in nearly every building on this campus. We're also taking extra precautions such as disinfecting classrooms and sanitizing high-touch areas and encouraging frequent hand washing. Student and staff safety is our #1 priority. The Cabot High School team encourages parents and students to familiarize themselves with the Cabot Public Schools Roadmap to Reopening, as well as the frequently asked questions posted on the district website. Both of these items are updated regularly, so check back often. If you have any questions that are not answered, please feel free to email at the address on the screen. If you would like someone to call you back, please include your name, your student's name, and your phone number, and the district employee will contact you as soon as possible to help answer any questions. We appreciate your support in keeping our Panthers healthy. Throughout the school year, learning content as well as videos and other resources will be delivered to students through both in-class instruction and Google Classroom. This model, called blended learning, will allow students to continue when absent from school or if school closes due to illness or weather. We're very proud of the hard work Cabot High School teachers have done over the summer to make sure school doesn't stop if we can't be on campus together. We want to assure parents that students will continue to be engaged in high-quality learning all year long. Teachers will work with students during the first weeks of school to make sure they're comfortable navigating online content and all the ways they can receive extra support if needed. Teachers will also share this information with parents using the email addresses listed in Home Access Center. It's very important for parents to access HACC frequently to stay informed about student progress and grades. If you've forgotten your username or password, or if you need to update any of your contact information, get in touch with the Student Success Center at 843-3562.
Thank you, Mr. K. We have so many sports, clubs, and offerings at Cabot High School. Most people are not aware of the offerings that we have. CHS offers more career tech offerings than some small colleges. Ms. Gatewood, our Career Tech Director, will now share more about our Career Tech offerings and our brand new School of Innovation. Ms. G, take it away.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Gatewood. Welcome to Cabot High School. The scope of career and technical courses offered at Cabot High School is extensive, as we offer over 80 CTE courses for you to choose from. CTE, or Career and Technical Education, as it is more formally known, pairs academic knowledge with technical skills to prepare you for in-demand, high-skilled, and high-wage jobs. CTE programs of study provide opportunities for students to earn industry-recognized certifications, to gain work experience, interact with local business and industry partners, and in select courses to acquire college credit. Whether your career path includes a college degree, specialized technical training, or an internship, our tiered CTE programs of study will provide the challenges and opportunities that you need to build a solid foundation for your next step and future career path. The School of Innovation. The Cabot School of Innovation focuses on 3 main goals. First, there's a focus on the social and emotional needs of our students. Our goal is to ensure that students develop the skills to effectively communicate and navigate life's opportunities and challenges. The School of Innovation also focuses on career readiness. All students will develop a realistic plan and the skill sets necessary for their next steps beyond graduation from high school. The third goal is to make curriculum relevant. Students will have the opportunity to experience interdisciplinary curriculum that aligns with career readiness and real-world applications. How will the School of Innovation benefit you as a student? It will ensure that certifications are earned by all CTE students. It also provides growth opportunities for our teachers. It adds tiered programs of study with advanced courses in CTE program areas. The School of Innovation bridges the gap between high school and post-secondary opportunities, as well as solidifying our community partnerships. With School of Innovation, there's a cross-curricular focus on learning. Through the School of Innovation, we will ensure that our instructors are connected with local business and industry partners, as well as post-secondary partners, who all play an instrumental role in keeping our teachers current in their given fields. It is our goal that these partnerships will offer you enhanced educational experiences and opportunities, as well as internships within our local community. At CHS, it's about kids, and the focus is on your success in high school, as well as your next step.
Now, let me share some helpful stuff with you. One of the things parents always want to know is if my child is going to be safe at your school. Absolutely. While we cannot guarantee anything, we do everything we can to keep your kids safe. I have already explained our police and security presence. I will also mention that we have adults, teachers, teacher aides, and paras and administrators located all over campus during passing times, before and after school, and during lunch. As I said earlier, students cannot go more than 50 steps without seeing some adult. If I could, let me share some of our major concerns and our issues here at Cabot High School. First, let me talk about face coverings. Face coverings will be expected to be worn anytime you are in a social setting, or if you're close contact. You cannot socially distance yourself. Face coverings will be worn. Very important. Parents, I'm asking you to help us with that. Encourage your student to always wear their mask. There will be times throughout the day that they're going to be allowed to remove them. Lunch, before school, anytime they can be outside, or they can be more than 6 feet away from someone. We will give them opportunities for that. Another issue that we have is cell phones and social media. Cell phones create issues all the time. We ask that you encourage your children that while they're in the classroom and while they are in a classroom setting with a teacher, that their cell phones are up and put away. Social media is an issue that we face every day. Things that kids post, they inevitably bring it to school. Monitor what your kids put on social media. If you really want to know how your kids talk, if you really want to know who they talk to and the words they use, you check their cell phones. Another issue that we face is the clothing and the things that kids wear to school. The school setting needs to be a semi-professional setting. It does not need to be a Friday night party. They need to dress appropriately. We deal with dress often, the way kids dress, the clothes they wear, and we just ask you parents to please support us and watch what your kids are wearing to school. Bullying, cyberbullying, using the social media sites to bully kids is another issue that we face. We are diligent in protecting our kids. Watch what your kids are posting, watch what they're saying, and how they treat others. If we call you about bullying, it's an issue that we have to deal with, and again, we're asking for your support. Drugs are an issue that we face, and we ask that you just watch your kids and help us monitor them. Fighting is an issue. We don't have a lot of that, but we do have some, and we have to really watch our kids. And I share these issues with you parents because these are the major things that we face, and we're asking for your support if we call you about these issues. Communication. This year, we are discouraging visitors district-wide from entering our buildings as we start this year because of the pandemic. We will welcome phone calls and email communication. If you have to come to the school, we're going to take care of you, I promise. But we're discouraging you from doing that on the front end. Please call or email, and we'll do our best to help you that way first. And that includes talking with your counselors and your teachers. One thing that I will promise you, we encourage our teachers to respond to parents within 24 hours via email or some kind of phone communication. We are going to be available for you. In closing, welcome to Cabot High School, your home for the next 3 years. In all my years in education, I've learned that if the school and the parents work together, we will be successful. Let's work together. Let's make you and your children successful at Cabot High School. Thank you, and go Panthers.